Good morning. I'm trying something a little bit different today. I decided to go out to nature and just to find a place that's quiet and nice and pretty. And try and speak about some things that's been bothering me the past couple of weeks. Some thoughts I've been having. No specific conclusion. There's nothing particular I'm trying to, convey today. Just thinking out loud and sharing it with you guys. Sharing my mustache as well. I'm giving this thingy a try as well. Give me feedback if you want. You don't have to. This is pretty nice actually. I mean, going outside of the house, taking like a 15-minute walk, finding a nice place and setting up actually sets me into a specific kind of mood. We'll see how that goes, but it feels like it's it's kind of like going to the gym where it's a different environment for a specific thing. Maybe I can make nature my environment for speaking about nonsense in front of a camera. So I've had a couple of pretty shitty weeks right now. This happens to me quite often. I feel like I have this cycle where I start to feel very good, very creative. I want to meet a bunch of people and I just do stuff constantly. And then I get to this sort of peak, something triggers, and I get very anxious, very frustrated, these last couple of weeks. And I think I have some insights about it now. I think I understand why this happens, and that's what I'll try to share here. Both for myself, for my future self, and for your present self. Maybe that does something for you. Speaking like this is just healing to me. I can just do this all day long. So that's that. So these cycles. I think I have a superpower, and I think my superpower is being able genuinely to enjoy something today for its own sake, for today, right? So that doesn't go for everything, right? So it's not like I'm living my days enjoying every moment of them, not at all. But if I get obsessed about something, if there's something that I like, could be something weird. I've done magic tricks for a while, I've done programming, I've done beatbox, playing the guitar, I've done water polo, I've done bodybuilding, there's so many weird things I've been doing. I mean, the list goes on. And the only reason I think I've done all of these, I credit to this ability to do the thing for its own sake, for today. I'm not good at the things I do, if I'm good at anything, right? But if there's anything I'm good at, I'm not good at it because I tried to be good at it. No, I mean, I did, but it's not like I had an end goal, a certain achievement I wanted to get to, right? I'm pretty strong right now just because I fuck around with kettlebells on a daily basis. My weights keep increasing, but it's not like I have a specific weight I'm trying to achieve. There's no competition, no nothing. I'm the only one doing these weird exercises, yet I keep progressing because, well, at least, in my environment, at least I keep progressing because I enjoy it on a daily basis. I really genuinely enjoy fucking around with things daily for its own sake. This too, right? This is fun for me. Even if this gets to nothing, even if, nobody watches these things, I enjoy this for its own sake, and so I keep doing it, and it grows, and I grow, and I learn more, and good things happen. And I really owe all of my achievements and all of my progression, everything I know, everything I'm good at, to this ability of mine. And I think that's something I developed because of my chronic fatigue syndrome. I think when you're sick and there's this thing over your head that threatens taking any achievement from you at any given moment, the only thing you're left with is your present. When you're striving for something and this disease takes it away from you, after multiple times you just realize, okay, so I guess I do things for today, for today's sake. That's the one thing I have. Imagine, let's go and take an extreme example. If you would know that you might die any day now, I mean, that is the truth. But let's say you had some fatal disease and the doctor tells you, look, any day could be your last. You would act every day as if it is your last, and not in this like YOLO kind of, woo, YOLO, I'm gonna do stupid shit that might cost me my life, but as in, there's no reason postponing your happiness and putting it somewhere else. There's no reason postponing the meaning you get from a certain activity. That's a better way to put it, not necessarily happiness, but there's no reason taking the meaning you might get from something, the purpose, putting it somewhere far in the future, if you don't know if that future is even real or not. Do you see what I mean? Let's move somewhere with less sun. So this became a superpower of mine. I can fuck around with things for their own sake, for the day, and I improve. Even if it's not that quickly, I improve at things that different people don't really improve at. I'll give you another good example. I think a lot of people, you meet someone new, right? You met someone at the gym, you met someone at the street, you met someone on Tinder. Most people have a certain goal in mind already when they meet someone. If you meet a stranger now, let's say you meet someone from Tinder, you automatically think, okay, could she be my girlfriend? Could she not? Is this someone I could have casual intercourse with? Could it not? You have a specific goal and you're kind of, you're a certain achievement, a certain direction, and you see things through that lens. You're not necessarily willing to meet a person you just met today and just see where the interaction takes you. If you meet someone random at a coffee place, you might just kind of, be all excited to continue with your day. After all, you have different things you have to achieve, different goals you have to chase after, right? Your whole life is this race after these big achievements you set for yourself. But what if you could enjoy that one day? Let's say you still have, you might die tomorrow and you're now in a different country. You realize on vacation that you might die tomorrow and now you have 1, 2, 3 days in a random country, you don't know anyone. Wouldn't you enjoy normal interactions? If you sit in a coffee place and you start talking to the person behind the bar, would you not invest in the conversation? Would you not be interested in the individual because you never know where this might take you? Maybe they have something interesting to say. And so I feel like is a part of my superpower. I'm genuinely super curious about people. Every interaction I have is an opportunity for me. Because I don't know where things will take me. I enjoy interactions for their own sake, for the one day. If someone is excited about something and they want to tell me about it, go ahead. I have no direction I want to go in. I have no specific goal I want to be in. I met this dude and he's not going to be my girlfriend, naturally. That's all fine. I mean, maybe he can tell me something that will help me in the future with my future girlfriend. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But since I don't have this far away goal, I can be very present in the things I do and genuinely enjoy them. And so I feel like I progress a bunch in certain niches, at least, that a lot of people are not willing to step in because they can't visualize, they can't see the end result. They can't see the value that might be hidden behind this one acute daily interaction. This is all good and great, and good job. This is my superpower. You like yourself, don't you? So that's all good and well. But then here's the next thing that happens. I get pretty good at something. Pretty good, not good. Decent plus. Let's take my programming phase. I learned to program and I did it in front of people. So I did it online, live streaming the process. And so I've got this nice community growing after a while. I would have 50 to 70 viewers at any given moment. Amazing people that most of them are actually working in the field, that are already programmers. At some point, I'm fucking around with it daily again. And at some point, people start to tell me, yo, go get a job. I mean, you're good enough now. If you would be in my country, I would probably hire you. And so my mind, it's not necessarily them, it's me as well, right? But it's my mind shifts at some point to this, wait a second. Maybe there is some end goal here that I might achieve. And for me, with my sickness, it's been so elusive for me for the last decade or so. I've been always chasing something and life just kind of takes it away from you and tells you, look, you're not a person that gets to achievements. You're not a person that gets to the goals that they set for themselves, because if you try, whoop, that was my foot. Could you see it? Wait, light again. Oof, this is tough. What do you do with light? Man, filming is complex. How do people do that so easily? Especially because the sun keeps moving. I mean, and I make a long video, what? I don't know. Anyhow, there's an apparent achievement now. Something suddenly appears and I go, wait a second, maybe I could actually achieve that. Maybe I can do this and then it'll solve everything. In my head, my problems are all revolving this thing. I have no financial security because I never know if I could stick to a job. What if I get sick tomorrow? There's no, this lack of security is extremely uncomfortable. And so at some point I go and I think, okay, wait a second, maybe I found it. Maybe that's the one thing. Maybe that's my purpose. Maybe that's the one partner. Maybe that's the one, the one. And the moment I commit to that, which is fine. Look, people do that often. If you find something you genuinely enjoy, you can chase that. If you started a project you genuinely like and you feel like you're giving to the world and you're doing something good, why not invest more energy in it and try to make it work, like I did this couple of weeks. I'll tell you about it in a second. But if there's something you can commit to, commitment is good. There's no problem with it. And so I commit to it, I commit to something, but then I start collapsing. Then for some reason I get into this anxious, frustrated, angry, lacking motivation kind of phase. From that phase, from this place, I can't do anything. So when I'm frustrated, when I'm in this non-creative kind of place, I can't do anything. I can't create, I can't continue with the things I already do. And so it's kind of paradoxical. The more I try to make a thing work, the less creative I become, the less interested in the thing I become, the less interested in people I become. And so I don't want to do it because I don't feel like I'm giving. I don't want to give, right? And I don't want to give and love people in my own way because, but fuck that. I mean, I just want to do, I don't know, play video games, right? It's problematic. It's kind of paradoxical. And so after, I commit to something, I take a couple of weeks and then suddenly I do nothing. Then I go back into nothing. It's not the best. The sun keeps chasing me and doing weird stuff. Should we move again? Let's move. I lack motivation, so I stop doing these things. I stop creating, and so the thing I've been chasing, the thing I put all of my trust into now that will solve my life, now suddenly that disappears again because I can't create. I can't motivate myself. I get frustrated and angry, and the content I make is less good, and I'm not happy with it, and it's this crappy loop where the moment it's like a cat. That's a good analogy, I heard once, but it's like a cat you're trying to pet. You chasing the cat, trying to pet the cat doesn't want your attention. It goes somewhere else. But the moment you stop, you sit for a second and you're focused on your own thing, suddenly there's something rubbing against your foot. It's the cat, yeah? It's the cat that's rubbing against your foot, and there's, and suddenly it comes wanting your attention. I feel like my life works this way as well. As long as I'm willing to trust the process and mess around with things purely for my own curiosity and joy, I progress rapidly. The moment I start chasing something, some end goal, mostly because of, I feel like I get this like external pressure. People tell me, come on, make it work, it's good. Dude, you have something good, make it work. Dude, you're so good at this one thing, why not just go study it? Why not go? The moment I make a decision to stick to something or to make something bigger happen, something big happen, it collapses. And it fucking sucks. I hate it. It's so difficult to deal with. Alright, but here's the good news, future Noam, and you person there that might be struggling with the same thing. I think I have a pretty good answer for you. I think I have something good. Some things I've done these couple of weeks that helped me get out of it, and something I think is also a little bit of a pattern. So why does this happen to me to begin with? I think sickness, trauma, whatever you call it. So I think for half of my life I've been trying things and it collapsed, and so I had to do the daily thingy where you only have today, and it worked well, and I think I fell in love with it and I got good at it because I didn't have any other option. But at the same time, I think I had to hide the part of me. I had to throw away the part of me that is this achiever person, right? I had to take this part of me that wants something big and grandiose, and is that how you say it? Yeah, something big. And, kick him off this cliff. He's somewhere down in the bushes underneath me. But I can't really find this guy. And the moment I try calling him, the whole system freaks out, I think. So after reading now, I'll link the No Bad Parts book review. It's phenomenal. After reading that book and thinking of all the parts of mine and the one I exiled, and go listen to it if it sounds confusing, but it's, I think now, trying to get to my goal-oriented achiever self. I look for that part, but that part is filled with trauma, and so the entire system starts going, my dude, you're not getting anywhere closer to this guy. And different things start to make me want to go and change direction within me, right? To protect me, so I don't fail again, so I don't chase a goal that's going to collapse on me and kill my dreams and ruin me emotionally again. And so I think to protect the system now, if I try, it attacks itself. I get this like autoimmune mental thingy, right? That makes a lot of sense to me right now. The confusing part is that I don't really know what to do about it. One thing that makes most sense to me is this whole IFS, internal family systems model. I think that's probably the best thing I can do. I think I can go and try to heal this achiever self of mine and make this dude a little better and a little, if he doesn't feel that scared and that terrified that he'll get hurt again, then maybe I could start chasing bigger achievements and things might actually work. That's one thing I can do. But at the same time, I can't really grasp why not focus on my strengths and what I already developed and became so good at. So if assuming what I say really is some kind of, it is my unfair advantage, right? Assuming that I got to the point where I'm the only one around me, right? I'm the only one in my circles who can do things for the sake of today. I have an enormous advantage. And not advantages in, I can be, it means it differentiates me. There's something I can give that others can't really. There's something I can teach. There's something I can share. There's a certain way I can behave and be good at things that others around me can't, because they wouldn't do it. They didn't go through the things that shaped me into this thing. And so my confusion now is just around, what do you pick? What direction do you go in? There's this whole school of self-help right now that exists that pushes you towards this fight your inner demons. There's all this resistance within you. If you've read The War of Art, very good book, he has this whole model of resistance, this inner voice that prevents you from going through big changes and going through the things that are actually more important. He says, okay, wherever there's this resistance, you should go. That's exactly what you need to do, because that's the thing that's going to shape you most. Okay, but what if my resistance is this? Is the last inner trauma thing? Do I chase it, even if it means I progress slower, even if it means going against the strengths that I've developed? I mean, what is a strength? As a strength coach, being strong is putting your body through a certain kind of stressor, something that is difficult but manageable, and then doing it again and again and again and again, and then slowly progressing because it was difficult, but you managed, and now you progress. Now you get a little better, right? Essentially, that's it. Anything that's uncomfortable but manageable makes you better at a certain thing. Life forced me through extreme discomfort in this one area, in the area of, in the goal oriented, the opposite. It pushed me through, make the day work. And it pushed me through a bunch of discomfort, and so I got really good at it. I'm super strong in this one field. So why not abuse that and go be an athlete there? Why try to fight these demons? I can't understand it. I don't know what direction to go in. I don't know what to pick. Am I surrendering to some as David Goggins, another one in this find your demons kind of person? Am I surrendering to my inner bitch, or am I listening to my inner, athlete, inner strong dude? It's very confusing. And if both exist simultaneously, how do they exist simultaneously? I can't wrap my head around it. Got excited about this. don't know if you can see, but I got all excited. Okay, good. That's a good sign. And the light and settings are gonna be all messed up for this video, but fuck that. As long as you understand what I'm saying, as long as you get all the value I have to share, who cares about the video? Eh? Am I right? As long as you can see my stash. The good thing is I have some insights. So, I think right now I'd rather go with my strengths and try to heal my inner achiever boy. But I think going with my strengths is the way I like to do things. I think that's my the thing I believe in more. And I think so trusting the process and just doing things for their own sake, I think that's the thing I'm good at, and I think that's the thing I enjoy, and I think if I trust it, good things will happen. So what do I have to do to stay on that path? And again, because of my confusion, anything could change at any given moment, but according to today's Noam, that's the best answer I could come up with for myself. So here's what I think I should do. I play around with things, something at any given moment. There's something I like, something that I'm passionate about, and I'm going to be playing around with it and getting better. And that I do always. When I let go, it just naturally happens. I think underneath everything, I just have this natural curiosity and desire to be excited about things. And I think I do that well. And that is just there. I trust that it'll show itself. If I have free time, I've seen it. I've been at home for like 3 years straight. Something comes up. You can't be bored, I can't be bored and demotivated for too long. At some point something comes up and I get a little bit excited about it. At the moment where I feel like I want to commit to something, get to this like bigger project mentality, I'm going to achieve something, get to this end goal, I don't know if I want to fight that. I don't know if I want to decide that it's not something I do. So what I'm going to say right now is I want to take these decisions upon myself. I want to try and push that limit. So if I compare it to an exercise thing, I want to be trying to push my records, my PR, personal record. I want to try and push, the maximum, like the biggest achievement I can do. But it's going to be small. And if I fail, if I start feeling bad, if I start getting anxious and frustrated and uncomfortable and not creative, then I have to act and recover. But I think that's key. I think this is where my balance lies. I think I try things. That was one loud bird. I think I try things and I fail sometimes and it's fine. But then I have to recover and go back to basics, go back to baseline, which is fuck around with something you're excited about. And if I trust that, and I just listen to it, and I think with time I'll push the limit and I'll be able to make bigger and bigger things happen. That's already the case. The things I do right now are already bigger. This is bigger than the podcast I've done and bigger than the streaming I've done, probably. Not necessarily, people-wise, but as a project, that's more of a project. Work, I am the most progressed I've been at work. The workshop I've created is the most real, businessy thing I've ever made. And so I see it progressing in the direction I want. Is it as quick as I want? Fuck no. Is it, man, I'm cursing a lot in this video. Is it as in something that interests me though? And is there any progression at all? Definitely, a bunch. So I want to trust the process. I want to be messing around with things. I want to be trying to get to certain achievements, right? But I know that sometimes I'll fail. I know at some points I'll get frustrated and anxious and uncomfortable. And at these points, this is where I need to improve. So I think I need to improve at the way I recover. And instead of surrendering and letting go, because at that point I always change direction and go do something else completely, I think I need to bring myself back to baseline. And I think I have a better understanding of myself now, and I can do that a little bit better. So I think I need to break out of the discomfort, out of the anxiety, and I think I do that with some triggers, stuff like that, big stuff. Well, it's the mustache speaking. mountains and lakes and lake-like views, that chills my tits like crazy. Music, certain music I listen to really calms me down. Exercising calms me down. Cold weather, cold air especially, and breathing calms me down. I think I need to do these things, go somewhere, breathe, listen to the music that relaxes me, and just get back to a very calm place where I can look at things neutrally. Then I need to break the pattern I got into, and so I need to ask myself some questions about where my focus is. If I'm frustrated, I think that if I'm at this anxious place, first thing I need to ask myself, I think, is where's your motivation? Where's your emphasis? Is it today? Is it next week? Or is it in half a year, in a year, in a project you need to make work? And that project could be anything. That could be a relationship, right? But is it in a project you want to make work, or is it in something you want to be excited about today? I think that's a good way to put it. My guess is that pretty much every time my answer is going to be, oh well, I slipped and it's somewhere far in the future. And all I have to do is bring it back to today. How do I do it? That's also kind of tough, but I think that's the next thing I need to do. And I think I do that with questions a little bit more, but some mental exercises as well. What I've done this time, so these last couple of days, I started to think about, okay, where's my motivation? And it's been with the workshop. I postponed moving to Denmark because I wanted to stay here and work on the workshop. And so suddenly it became, okay, so if you're here for the workshop, make it work. If the workshop is the reason you're here and you're doing things, it kind of became the thing, the reason for everything. And I think with that, I started getting all nervous and anxious again. And so what I have to do is bring it back to today. How do I enjoy the same things that relate to the workshop, to people, to exercising, to teaching how to this is what I do in the workshop, right? Teach people how to fuck around. It's how do I bring myself back to today? And so I did this exercise. I was thinking, okay, what if I let go? And I started writing what could happen if I don't try, right? So if I don't try to push it, if I try to be good at what I do, where could I get? And I went ham with it. I just, wrote things that seem impossible to me. But still, I was thinking, okay, let's say things go really well and I just do things good. I don't even, the emphasis is on every day. Just do good work and let go. Where could it get if you're lucky? And it got to some great places, and it just kind of brought me back to today. I hope you get my exercise and what I've been doing, but it's been, I've been trying to move it from, okay, the question I've been asking myself is, if you make the workshop work, how happy could you be from it, right? So how could it look like if you made the thing work? And so I thought, okay, making the workshop a thing is going to be great, and I'm going to have some financial security, and people are going to like me and know me and whatever. What I changed now is I've been asking myself the last couple of days, what could happen if you just play around with it daily and just do a good job? Just do what you do already. Do what brought you here, right? Just keep doing that and do a good job. Where could it accidentally get if you're good at it and you're lucky as well? It was way bigger. It got to like a much better, bigger answer than, okay, if the workshop works, right? And so suddenly my attention is here again, is on focusing on just do good job. Just do good job, like people, interact with people, keep yourself doing what you're good at, keep yourself at your strengths. So I think I'm back to the present, and I'm definitely back to my motivated, not anxious self. So something works. Yeah, this has been nice. I enjoy being out here in nature. It's still not very quiet. I'm still next to a road and it's still pretty loud. But at least I'm comfortable just being me with my thoughts and just blabbering to no end. And that's been great. Hopefully you got a thing or two out of this as well. And yeah, as always, that's new. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.